is technical dietetics. Concept: dietary technique is the discipline that, based on exact sciences, studies the operations that food and the changes that they undergo during the cooking processes are subjected. Hoeschel, 2001. Although definitions can determine who is a discipline based on exact sciences, the practical application of dietary technique almost always involves human affairs, often causing them to have to adjust certain concepts of dietary technique for different situations and locations. How are several goals of dietary technique? Appendix. As a dietary, digestive, nutritional, hygienic, sensory, operational and economic causes have a luggage aggregate information very large, because it directly involves the field of health and well-being, mental, physical and social. Often, sensory and economic objectives make much difference, so you can work in a large audience, never forgetting the other goals. The activities that can be performed during the course they contribute to the discipline of TD. Not always the theoretical information can be produced in the laboratory, and not always what is done in the laboratory can produce in real situations in a company, restaurant, hospitals and so on. The activities in TD develop theoretical knowledge, lightly beaten the experimental system, but show the real situations of the application or non-application of TD in several places. Develop a critical analysis and responsible of how to act and how to act today. Demonstrating that TD is more than a swingarm to weigh food. Is often a swingarm to weigh options, to weigh situations, to weigh feelings and weigh a group, that is a swingarm to measure any sensory aspect, social, financial and balance of the best possible, generating a better result. With the content that needs to be addressed and activities to be carried out, which application of that discipline to the nutritionist acting? This question is connected with the answer to question 2. We can say that understands the concept of dietary technique, question 1, and obtain knowledge of the objectives. Can unite concepts of objectives with other disciplines, such as the binding of microbiology and hygiene of the goal, the connection of the industrial production of food and other objectives of the TD, with the analyses and presentations that can be made in classroom as professionals of working in the areas of hygiene, hospital and the like. It can be seen practical concerns, such as legislation problems, ways, in ordinary cases, and also No Ways Act. The nutritionists need to understand the bridge between academic knowledge and the application in different areas of society, which often cannot be applied strictly and academically, but it should be the academic fit with reality. Sometimes, determining concepts that cannot be changed and other observing a quest to try to reach them. If you look at the goals, appendix, of TD, we note that permeates all nutritionist knowledge system since he entered the academic circle and go to your personal and social life. Seeing these objectives, the dietitian can understand the problems that society passes and develop ways to mitigate these problems, and often use the business with pleasure, making the nutritionist is not seen as one who always forwards for tasteless food and unsightly, but with quality, nutritious, tasty and convenient, as some hospitals, restaurants and food industries that develop in relation to social impacts,